You're watching college softball on the SEC Network. Today, the 7th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide returns home and looks to stay undefeated this season against the visiting UAB Blazers. And we welcome you inside Rhodes Stadium, all set to go between the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Blazers. Glad that you're with us. Gray Robertson alongside my partner, Allie Shipman. And Allie, the Tide has done a great job getting off to a strong start here this year, one of the final 5 unbeaten teams in college softball. Now looking to keep it up after doing it in all 3 facets of the game, and we're going to see one of those pitchers tonight in Jocelyn Brisky.
Absolutely, and I think what's really exciting about this Alabama team is, like you said, 3 facets of the game. They've almost doubled their home run numbers from last year, but also they remain in the top 10 in a lot of pitching categories nationally, and a lot of this is thanks to junior Jocelyn Brisky in the circle.
And the 0-1 is swung on and missed. The Phoenix, Arizona native who threw a gem against Florida State this past weekend. This is what we'll see from her.
Brisky's gonna challenge the hitters vertically and off speed, but her main thing is she attacks the zone. 0 walks on the season thus far, making hitters put the ball in play.
That one put in play, but foul. Hit by Hannah Dorsett. At the top of the order for the 7-7 UAB Blazers out of the American Conference. Junior from Trussville, Alabama. 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Strikeout to start for Brisky.
Really good work here by Jocelyn Brisky, going up in the zone with some velocity as well, changing eye levels, and gets Hannah Dorsett to swing and miss on that one.
See the rest of the starting lineup for the Blazers, including the freshman stepping in now out of Leeds, Alabama. Charlie Bennett leads the team in batting average. Player that the head coach for UAB, Taylor Smart, is really excited about, loves her mentality.
She says she is just a competitor in the box. She is fearless on all sides of the game, and you can see that in her approach as she goes into hit and how she attacks on defense.
Spain Park High School product, hit .250 in the last 5 games, but has really owned the challenge of being a freshman in the 2-hole.
A really great take there by Charlie Bennett, excuse me. She was able to watch that at bat earlier by Hannah Dorsett and learn from it, and that's something that Taylor Smart was really looking to get from her offense as well.
In the air, but foul. Sun is out, a little bit of a chilly early evening here in Tuscaloosa. Crowd still filing in.
Bennett doing a really good job of just being aggressive and fouling things off here in this at bat. She's fouled off some up pitches and some down pitches, changing her barrel angle to just stay alive.
Another 2-2 from Brisky. Got her. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the game for the junior in the circle.
You're going to see another rise ball here from Jocelyn Brisky, but she's going to lower this one a little bit. It goes right through the zone. This is so tough. If you're a UAB hitter, you have to be able to stay on top, and it could be called for a strike as well. Really good job.
2 gone for Abby Perkins. She did go. Senior from Buford, Georgia, transfer from Jacksonville State. Her lone year of eligibility here at UAB.
This is another player that Coach Taylor Smart was really excited about. Says that she is a leader and an immediate impact player for UAB, straight out of the transfer portal.
Yeah, Perkins has reached base in every game. Even the last 5 games, you look at the average, 1 for 10, but 7 walks in there. So even though not a ton of hits of late, she's still having those high quality at-bats. And it's popped up and over to second base. Young makes the catch to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Brisky. The Bama Bats are coming up when you return here in Tuscaloosa. Road Stadium, and welcome inside the booth. Greg Robertson and my partner, Allie Shipman. We're about to get our first look at the Alabama offense here tonight, and it's been an impressive display of power to start the season for the Tide.
Absolutely, but what I love best is the versatility 1 through 9 throughout this lineup. You've got power all the way throughout, which means as a pitcher, you have to be on top of your game for every single one of these batters.
Starting off with the All-American Audrey Vandergriff. How about Marley Giles? 533 average, 4th in the SEC. She has really stepped it up here this year. She's down in the 4 spot for Patrick Murphy. And a first pitch strike in there to Vandergriff, coming from the sophomore righty out of Vestavia Hills, Alabama, Tate Davidson.
Tate Davidson is going to throw a screw, curve, rise, and change. She's not going to overwhelm you with speed, but she is going to be spinny, trying to get a little bit of miscues, bat on ball, but easy things for her defense to make plays on.
Young lady who's faced Alabama before, 3 innings of work against the Tide, couple hits, just 1 earned run allowed. Vandergriff, a high chopper, and that's a great start for a player who had just 1 hit in Tallahassee. The speedy All-American is over at first base.
And Audrey Vandergriff not doing too much here, just putting bat on ball, hitting something right where the defense is not, especially with that screwball coming in from the pitcher, just being able to put it in play and get on base for her team.
And we'll see if and when Vandergriff decides to take off as Anna Roman takes the first pitch high in the air out to center. Long run, and making the grab is Miles. Vandergriff tags up, and she will reach second with 1 gone here in the first.
I love this out of Audrey Vandergriff. Number 1, a great swing by Anna Roman, but also just the softball IQ to know that this is deep enough and high enough for her to tag up and make it to second base.
It briefly got dicey out there with Shira and Miles right next to each other, but a runner in scoring position for Alexis Papillo. And she stripes the first pitch to second. Nice play by Bennett. Vandergriff goes to third.
What a snag here by Charlie Bennett. This ball is hit hard by Alexis Papillo, but she takes a few steps, snags it, goes straight to first base, and here we are with 2 outs and a runner on third.
And the young lady that we highlighted in the lineup, Marley Giles. This season hitting .500 with runners in scoring position. Senior from Clanton, Alabama, hitting .600 in the last 5 games and has 2 career hits against UAB. Both were home runs.
She has just about doubled her offensive numbers this year, which is super impressive. And we talked to Coach Patrick Murphy before the game, and he said she's worked on staying inside the ball, trying to get opposite field a little bit more, and also working on that changeup to be a little bit more efficient.
She pops up this one, and making the grab is Perkins to get out of the inning. Alabama strands a runner on third. Great job by Davidson working through the jam, and we go to the second, tied up at 0. As we go to the second inning, no score between Alabama and UAB, and the Tide has seen a lot of heat thrown out of the circle, especially this past weekend. Look at the numbers from the trip to Tallahassee, and this includes 2 games against top 10 Florida State.
This is so impressive, but what I love most is that walks category. Only 2 on the weekend, limiting the free passes, which allows your defense to work, less pressure on them, and a little bit less pressure on the pitcher as well.
Shira, first pitch to third. Hubbard's got it. Nice stretch by Ambry Taylor at first for the out.
Really effective drop ball there by Jocelyn Brisky, feeding her defense exactly what you want from a drop ball. Get that ground ball to third base, get an out.
Now bring up Carly Wilkins, the senior. First pitch up the middle, and that's a base hit. Well, UAB is attacking early in the count, and it leads to a base runner here in the second.
This is exactly what Coach Smart talked about when we talked to her earlier this weekend. She wanted her hitters to attack earlier in the zone, get their swings off early. And that's exactly what Carly Wilkins has done here in this at-bat.
So an opportunity for Kylie Collette. She goes first pitch and fouls it off. As a hitter, is that what you would want to do anyway when you're facing a pitcher and a pitching staff, frankly, that really loves to get ahead and pounds the zone?
I think so, yes. You know that they're going to throw you strikes, so you might as well be ready for it early. The key is just being on time for whatever pitch you're going to swing at. You can make a lot of things happen if you're on time.
After some of the pitching UAB saw this past weekend from Carlin Pickens, the pitches from Brisky probably look like 62, 63.
Absolutely. Facing the flamethrower over there for Tennessee.
0-2's a little high for Collette.
UAB is one of those offenses, though, that's not going to show you a ton of home run power, but they are short and sweet through the zone, which allows them to be more successful on higher velocity pitchers.
Swing and a miss. Third strikeout for Brisky, and a nice bounce back after the base hit.
Great job by Jocelyn Brisky, going outside with that curveball, painting the corner. Really good work.
That runs the total for Brisky to 30 on the season with no walks. Madeline Flamia, the freshman, Pisgah, Alabama native. Down 0-1. Batting 162 on the year, as you see right there. Has struggled of late, trying to get back in a rhythm after a tough weekend in Birmingham. Popped up. Young has a beat, and there's the inning. A one-out single for the Blazers, and that's all. We go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless. Increase in production. Look at the numbers year over year. And last year, not necessarily bad on the offensive side, but the explosiveness has increased big time here in 2026.
Absolutely. And when we talked to the Alabama coaching staff, they said that they took 100 at-bats each in the fall. They were getting them prepared for this season, and it shows in all of their offensive numbers.
The home runs in particular have been eye-catching. Fourth in the SEC with 29 through 13 games. 3 of those 29 have been hit by this young lady, Salyn Hawkins, junior out of Phoenix, Arizona. And she takes the first pitch foul.
And just to show the offensive increase, Salyn Hawkins only had 1 home run on the entire season last year, and now only a few weeks in already has 3.
Transfer from Mississippi State, second year in the program. And there you see exactly what you were just talking about, Allie. 4 total in the first 2 years. That's including her season in Starkville. 3 this year in 13 games. And that's smacked to center field. Salyn Hawkins has Alabama's second hit of the day, and the leadoff has reached twice for the Tide here through 2.
Salyn Hawkins does a really good job of learning from the pitch before, gets this curveball on the outer half, lets it travel in deep, and stays so long with her extension to drive this one for a single.
So Alabama couldn't get Vandergriff in the first. Try and get in Hawkins with Jenna Young, the Iowa transfer. Quickly 0-2. Junior out of Winterset, Iowa. 2-time first-team All-Big Ten selection, All-Region last year, and has been a steady bat for Patrick Murphy. 357 average. The OBP is impressive as well. 500 with 9 walks.
What's even more impressive to me is that they're able to take such big hacks, but also maintain those walks as well. Normally when you see home run hitting teams, you see increases in strikeouts just due to taking bigger swings all throughout, but still maintaining those eyes, taking those walks as well at the same time.
Is that about preparation going into an at-bat or just the individual plans for the hitters?
I think a little bit of both. When you go in there hunting a certain pitch, you want to be on time and prepared for that pitch so that you can take your big hack, but only on that pitch that you're hunting. So being aggressive early in counts.
Nice swing by Young there out to right. Hawkins will stop at second. 2 on, nobody out for Alabama.
Just another really hard hit ball. She's going for that screwball on the outer half, gets her barrel around it and pulls it for a single.
Now a quick conversation as Perkins goes to chat with Davidson. And in steps the sophomore from Huntsville, Alabama, Maddie Hubbard. What a moment for her this past weekend in Tallahassee. Collected her first career home run against Florida State. And in the last 5 games has been hitting .444. Really trying to clamp down her spot over at third base. First pitch to short. 1 play and it's made by Dorsett. Both runners move up, 1 down.
Hard hit ball right at shortstop, but she at least is productive in her at bat. She moves those runners and gets them both into scoring position.
For Ambry Taylor, the freshman out of Jasper, Alabama. A lot of raw power in that swing. Curry High School product. Top 20 recruit according to Extra Innings Softball. Making her second career start. And a big moment early. And what an opportunity for the freshman, again, getting the chance here today to try and come through for her team with 2 in scoring position.
Absolutely, and this can also be a huge confidence builder for you as a freshman or a learning moment. Either way, you're going to get something positive out of this. Softball is one of those games that's all about repetition, repetition. So no matter what, if you're a freshman and you're in this moment, you got to be grateful for that time, whether it's good or whether it's bad.
Popped up. This one will stay in play, and it's a catch for Perkins, 2 gone.
This is a really impressive catch by Abby Perkins here. She takes off her helmet and still is able to find the ball, get all the way to the fence, and get underneath it. As a catcher, there's so much that goes into these plays behind the plate. You have to turn all the way around, account for the spin, listen to your teammates to help you out. Really good job there by Abby Perkins.
First pitch strike to Lauren Johnson. Yeah, those are plays I think a lot of fans probably take for granted, but it's not easy for catchers to get those pop-ups in foul ground.
No, they the fans usually get on you as you get over by the fence there, and they look really easy, but in reality, there's so much that goes into them. You have to be able to rely on your teammates to let you know where the ball is. Sometimes it's hard for you to find the ball. Taking off your mask, you lose the ball for a split second. It's really challenging.
Perkins made it work. Davidson trying to get out of a jam here in the second against Lauren Johnson. Alabama early 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Skied foul, 2-2.
Davidson so far just doing a really good job of staying in their hands and getting them to pop up underneath the ball, keeping it so things that her defense can easily make plays on.
Payoff to Johnson. Out towards center field. Miles was playing in. It got over her head. 2 runs will score. Johnson's on second. And it's a 2 RBI double for Alabama's 9-hole to grab the lead in the second.
Wow, you gotta love this at bat from Lauren Johnson. Full count, gets this pitch on the outer half. She doesn't even need to finish her swing. She goes straight to her extension because that's what she knows she needs to do, and beats this ball over the center fielder's head.
Yeah, we should note the wind is blowing pretty hard straight out, so that probably didn't help matters for Miles in center field. Now back to the top of the order with Vandegrift. Saw that 8. There have been some pretty steady gusts every now and then. Single for Vandegrift back in the first. What a season she had as a freshman last year. 50 stolen bases, the freshman record, second team All-American, preseason All-SEC this year for the Bogart, Georgia native. And she goes opposite way, but it's caught and left by Tucker. Well struck, but played right in left to end the inning. 2 runs across for the Tide as we go to the third, Alabama leading UAB. Brisky has been humming it in here today so far.
She is doing a great job of splitting the zone north and south, working up underneath the hands of these UAB batters, but also throwing in that drop ball there to change barrel angles as well.
And it's been impressive to see year over year her improvements. Last season the numbers were solid, but this year the ERA a little elevated after a performance that didn't go well against Liberty, but the key one, no walks to now 30 strikeouts, including the 3 today.
Absolutely impressive work by Jocelyn Brisky, being able to attack the zone and attack hitters, make them do the work. She knows that she can go through the zone with her movement, and she relies on that.
Next up to work is Hope Tucker. It's over to Hawkins at short. Good pick by Taylor for the first out.
Good job there by Salen Hawkins to stick with it. A little bit of a bobble there, but she recovers and throws a dart over to first base.
Well, we've seen both the positives and the negatives for UAB going after the first pitch. See what the senior Hannah Miles, the Tuscaloosa native, has for Brisky. Miles, a Conference USA All-Freshman selection back in 2023 before UAB moved to the American Conference.
Really impressive pitch sequencing right now by Jocelyn Brisky. Down in the zone for that first pitch on that drop ball. Up in the zone again for that rise ball. And now back down in the zone for that drop ball again.
And another strikeout up top. 4 for Brisky, first time through the order.
This is just so hard to handle as a hitter. You're trying to work on multiple planes. You've got to pick down or up. And right here, Jocelyn Brisky goes up for the strikeout.
First time through the order, 28 pitches, 23 strikes. And she'll face Dorsett again.
What people don't think about as a hitter is when you go up there picking a pitch, it's all about barrel angle. If I'm going to hit the rise ball, I need to get that barrel on top, which is a totally different posture than that drop ball.
And Dorsett made the adjustment. After striking out earlier, she reaches with a 2-out single.
good example there by Hannah Dorsett of making that posture adjustment, picking a pitch in the zone that she can be prepared for instead of having to make a mid-pitch adjustment.
And she can run 2, 3 of 4 in stolen bases this year as the freshman Bennett swings and misses. Bennett struck out in the first, but she's hitting .526 this year with runners on. One and two.
Big cut there by Charlie Bennett, but she is one of the 2 teammates on this UAB team that has a home run on the season.
Fouled that one straight back, 1 and 2. Yet to your earlier point, this is not a UAB team that does it with the long ball. 2 home runs on the year. They both came this past weekend. But they're feisty in the box. They take advantage of extra bases. Trying to battle with 2 outs. Swing and a miss, another strikeout for Brisky. And she's got 5 as we journey to the bottom of the 3rd. Brisky is cooking in the circle right now.
Absolutely, she goes down in the zone with this drop ball to get her swinging for another strikeout on the day.
Allie Shipman up in the booth. Pleased to be joined by the 2nd-year head coach for UAB, Taylor Smart. And Coach, what have you liked about the start that Tate Davidson has given you? She's gotten out of some dicey situations a couple times here today.
Yeah, our defense has made some good plays behind her. She knows few balls, get people on, and then we've come up with a couple good plays and just trying to find ways to miss barrels.
Absolutely. And Coach, we talked to you yesterday about your team being aggressive early in counts and getting their swings off. What sort of adjustments are you looking from them now?
Yeah, I mean, I think we obviously are swinging. We're just getting ourselves like hitting ground balls from there. Is trying to, do a little bit more damage and be prepared for that. We're a little late, so not being like scared to get our swing off.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
That is the wonderful, delightful Taylor Smart, 2nd-year head coach for UAB, previously an assistant at Florida Atlantic and Troy. And you can really see, just getting to know her the last couple of years, the way that her personality has seeped into the team and the way that they play.
Absolutely. She's a passionate, fiery person, and you can see that on the field. With all the girls out there, you can tell that they are passionate out playing. They're playing the game and at playing at UAB. They love where they're at, and they love their coach.
She's watching on as Davidson faces Roman, who goes opposite way. This is trouble, but Tucker tracks it down. A step or 2 in foul ground for the first out.
A really long run here by Hope Tucker, but she manages to get a really good jump on this ball that's going to be tailing away from that lefty batter for that first out.
So 1 gone for Alexis Papillo, who grounded out the first time up. This time she's going to reach. She'll stay at first base. But a 1-for-2 day for one of Softball America's stars of the week, Alexis Papillo, base runner with 1 out for the tie.
She is being really efficient with her at-bats today. She finds a pitch on the inner half of the zone, gets her barrel there, and hits it really hard down that right field line.
And doing it all so quickly, we barely have time to talk about how she's hitting over 500 in the last 5 games.
Just casually.
Home run barrage in Tallahassee. Now she's on for Marley Giles, who fouled out in the first.
Having these 2 hitters back-to-back is so crucial for this Alabama offense. 2 hitters that are going to provide strong numbers for balls over the park, out of the park, excuse me, but also really consistent up there as well.
Well, you also have to factor in a player who's not in the starting lineup today, and that's Brooke Wells. Giles last year had a weekend at South Carolina where she was hitting over 700, really put it all together. But this season, it has been strong from the jump.
Absolutely, and a lot of it, I think, goes down to senior maturity. You get to grow and learn, and finally your senior year, you start to dial in, who am I as a hitter? And you can see this coming out in Marley Giles. She's aggressive, but she's staying inside the ball and getting her swing off every time.
And that hits her. Davidson came in a little too tight. 2 on, 1 out for Alabama here in the third.
And good thing she has that elbow guard there. Just a rise ball that misses just a tad too inside there and clips her right on the elbow.
Yeah, a lot easier to take those hit by pitches when you've got that Evo shield on.
Absolutely, especially when it's a little cold out.
Here's Salyn Hawkins. First pitch, high in the sky to left. Tucker backs up, that's gone! Salyn Hawkins with a 3-run shot for the Tide, and Bama leads it 5-0.
And we were just talking about Salyn Hawkins and her increase in power numbers. She gets that front foot down on time, gets her barrel out in front, and absolutely demolishes this ball over the left field fence. Perfectly on time, really good work here, and just goes to show how hard she has been working to improve those home run numbers.
Just a reminder, 4 home runs in her first 2 years of college softball. That was her 4th this season. And the bases are clear for Jenna Young. Young 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. Opposite way, again testing Tucker. She's there for the catch, 2 gone.
Jenna Young just missing underneath. This ball stays almost a little too inside it instead of getting her barrel out there, which leads to that fly out.
Maudie Hubbard about to step in, chatting with Patrick Murphy. Mentioned earlier that first career home run against Florida State. We just saw a home run from Salyn Hawkins in this inning. And that seems to be one of the biggest differences for this Alabama offense. Not only are the power numbers up, but it's not coming from just 1 or 2 people. It's coming 1 through 9 in the order.
Absolutely. When you look at everybody in the lineup, everybody has at least 1 home run on the season. That is so tough as a pitching staff going against them. Where do you throw? There's no breaks in the lineup. You have to be on top of your game for every single person you face.
Hubbard stripes this to center. Bit of a run for Miles, but she's there to retire the side. The Tide, though, does get the long ball going here in the inning. We go to the 4th. Alabama leads it 5-0. On this chilly day in Tuscaloosa, Alabama leads UAB 5-0 as we go to the 4th. Blazers are looking to respond and looking for a little bit more production here today from the roster additions. 4 freshmen who've made impacts, and then we're about to see Abby Perkins, the transfer from Jacksonville State, lead off the inning.
And when we talk to Coach Smart, Abby Perkins has been an immediate leader for this team, not just offensively, but behind the plate as well, which is key as a catcher.
First pitch to Perkins is high. As a transfer catcher, because you were a transfer coming into Alabama, how do you quickly build those bonds with not just everybody on the team, but specifically the pitchers that you're going to be catching?
Well, Gray, the fall is so crucial. You have to make sure that you are taking advantage of every single bullpen that you catch, asking questions and being involved. A lot of people think a bullpen is for the pitcher, but really it's for you as the catcher as well.
Was there anything in particular that you utilized to build that relationship with your pitchers? Your quick wit?
My quick wit. Having funny banter, lots of jokes.
I can confirm. Right now, though, nobody's slowing down Brisky. Strikeout number 6.
Jocelyn Brisky, this rise ball is just so impressive. Up in the zone, really good movement through the zone. Does a really great job there to get that strikeout.
That's a batter with a good eye, too. Now Shira fouls off the first pitch. She grounded out earlier. The Slidell, Louisiana native started her college journey at Northwest Florida State College, where she was a NCAA third-team All-American. 25-game on-base streak dating back to last year.
Brisky making quick work of Shira as well. She's just so efficient with her pitches.
That's striped, but foul. To your point, though, that's now 42 pitches for Brisky, 35 strikes. On the heels of a performance against Florida State with 84 pitches and 70 strikes.
Those numbers are so amazing. Having that many strikes in a game.
Changeup hit foul.
That's a pitcher with confidence, knowing that she can trust her movement. She doesn't have to nibble around hitters because she knows that her stuff is just that good.
Shira making her work. And that's a big hit out to right, but waiting was Roman for out number 2.
A great swing here by Shira, makes the adjustment, gets underneath this ball, hits it really well, but just right to Roman there in right field for the out.
So 2 gone for Carly Wilkins. Talk briefly about this young lady, senior from Falkville, Alabama. Singled in the 2nd. Did not play last year.
Coach Smart, when we talked to her earlier, said that Carly Wilkins is one of those kids that works so hard. She has continued to grind and trust the process, and now in her final season, she has earned her spot in the starting lineup.
But Brisky is too tough right now for these UAB hitters. Strikeout number 7. And it's a clean top of the 4th for the Tide. We go to the bottom of the 4th with Bama leading 5-0. The 4th, Gray Robertson and Allie Shipman up here in the booth. Pleased to be joined by the Hall of Famer and head coach for Alabama, Patrick Murphy. And Coach, we just saw in the last inning, Salyn Hawkins hit that 3-run homer. 4 home runs this year after 4 in her first 2 years of college. What's been the biggest difference for her as an offensive threat here this season?
Well, number one, she's a great young lady, and I'm so glad she wears crimson and white. And second, welcome back to Miss Shipman, Shrout, I should say, Shrout. But one thing that, you know, at the end of every season, we do a little exit interview with every player, and the first thing she said was, I'm going to get stronger this summer. And when a kid says that, you know, when we come back in the fall, we're like, okay, what'd you do? And she said what she did, and she definitely was stronger. She gained a little bit of weight, and she's got a lot more pop now. So couldn't happen to a better kid. And she said she was going to do something, and she did it.
I love that. And Jocelyn Brisky is being so efficient in the circle. What are you seeing that's working for her right now?
She's kind of continuing where she picked off from Florida State this weekend, you know, where she threw like 90% strikes. But that was the last inning for her. Just FYI, Caitlin Palazzi's going to go in and Marley's going to catch for her. But she just is in the strike zone constantly. And, you know, a lot of 0-2s, which you love, right? You could play with them a little bit, get a 1-2, and then go after them out on the 1-2. But she's just been very, very consistent and very economical with her pitches, as you guys can see.
Fantastic, Coach. And thank you for the heads up on the pitching change. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for being here. This is the first one of the year.
That's right.
Roll Tide.
Thanks, Murph.
Patrick Murphy, the head coach for Alabama. You can adjust your scorecards at home. We will see Palazzi in the circle in the 5th inning after quite the performance by Jocelyn Brisky through 4.
It does not get more efficient than that as a pitcher.
Now the Tide looking to add a little more against Tate Davidson back in the circle for UAB. 8-9-1, Taylor, Johnson, and Vandegrift. Foul out for Taylor in the second. This time it's a 1-0 foul towards the bullpen, 1-1. Good changeup by Davidson, 1-2.
Great work there by Davidson, recognizing that she's early out in front and then pulling the string on that changeup there for that second strike.
Haven't seen that pitch much so far from the sophomore. Do you go right back to it here on the 2-2?
I think so. I think you go a little bit lower in the zone, get her to chase a little bit, knowing that it's a freshman in her second start. Put something a little bit lower in the dirt.
Went back to it. Taylor was ready, and it's foul. Good call, Shipstradamus.
Pitch calling used to be one of my favorite things about the game.
Taylor stays alive and will continue to do so with another foul ball.
Just a really gritty at-bat here by Taylor, getting rid of pitches. She's in the 7th pitch of this at-bat, just trying to stay alive, not do too much.
Two. Got her. Nice pitch by Davidson, and that is her first strikeout of the day.
What Davidson does really well with this is she sets up this rise ball. She throws a couple of those changeups and then is going to speed her up by throwing that rise ball up and in on her hands, which as a hitter is going to look much faster than that changeup did down in the zone.
Johnson pulled back the bunt. I believe it got away. Two RBI double to get the scoring started for Alabama in the second. Younger sister of Tide alum Jenna Johnson.
With all the hot bats in the lineup, I feel like somebody that doesn't get enough credit is Lauren Johnson. She's just so consistent up there, hitting .417, just somebody that the Tide can really rely on.
Well, and especially down in the 9-hole. I mean, that's not a position typically where you're asking for someone to put up All-American numbers. They've just got to be steady. And Lauren Johnson has been that hitter so far this year.
To get .417 out of your 9-hole hitter, you know that that lineup's doing pretty well.
Called strike, 2-2. Payoff to Johnson through the left side. Not quite as flashy as the 2 RBI double with a full count in her first at-bat, but it's a 2-for-2 day for Lauren Johnson in the 9 spot.
And once again, she's in full count here, not trying to do too much, gets around this curveball on the outer half and hits it just hard enough to get through the 5-6 hole.
And now a lot of options for Alabama with Vandegrift about to step in. She bunts it. Davidson has it. It's a tight play. But UAB gets her by a step, and Johnson's on second.
Really good defensive play here by Tate Davidson, being able to hop off the mound right after her pitch, attacks this, and throws out the very speedy Audrey Vandegrift.
Goes down as a sacrifice, although Vandegrift most assuredly laying that down to try and reach. Runner in scoring position for Roman. Oh for 2 day for the freshman out of Florida. Hagerty High School product. Top 3 recruit coming into this year according to Extra Inning Softball, and she has backed it up so far this year. Pulled out to right. That's going to get down. Johnson races for home, and Roman has another RBI. Alabama's up 6-0.
Awesome job here by Anna Roman, not doing too much. She gets a little bit jammed, but she is so strong that she gets this out to her pull side for a base hit, and the base running by Lauren Johnson to recognize that this ball was not going to be caught, and she scores pretty easily.
15 RBIs for the freshman Roman, and a quick conference in the circle for UAB. Davidson has done a pretty good job today. She's minimized the damage in a lot of cases, but has had trouble getting out of the inning the last 2 times, or I should say the last 3 times she's faced the Alabama offense.
And the Alabama offense is just coming up with some pretty clutch at bats when they need them. They get the runners on and then they bring them home, which is the name of the game.
Also probably discussing the plan against perhaps Alabama's hottest hitter, Alexis Papillo. Second year with the Tide after transferring in from Northern Iowa, Crystal Lake, Illinois native. She has gone after the first pitch twice, ground out in a single and a run scored on her day so far. She does it again, but it's foul.
Alexis Papillo's swing is just so compact and efficient, which is why I think she can be so successful at the plate. She's able to hit so many pitches because her swing really doesn't do too much, but she's still strong enough to have 6 home runs on the season.
4 of those have come in the last 5 games, including 2 against Florida State on Saturday.
And when you're hot like this, like Alexis Papillo is right now, swinging at the first pitch doesn't seem like too bad of an idea. You're probably seeing the ball really well.
I know you love it.
Hey. I was historically a lover of the first pitch. We know this, yes.
They said Papillo went right there, so 1-2 count now, facing Davidson. Skied out towards center field. Still drifting a bit, but Miles makes the grab on the warning track to retire the side. 1 run in for Alabama. We go to the 5th with the Tide leading 6-0. For 4 innings of work.
Absolutely, she was super efficient, threw a ton of strikes, but then also worked north and south a ton. Went up in the zone with her rise ball, but then bounced it out down in the zone as well.
And you see the line, 4 innings, 2 hits, no walks again. Still yet to give up one here this year. 7 strikeouts, 47 pitches, 40 strikes for Jocelyn Brisky in the circle. But now she has gone to the dugout, and in her place is the SEC Freshman of the Week, as announced a couple days ago by the conference. Out of Michigan, the righty, Caitlin Palazzi.
Another one of Alabama's freshman phenoms in the circle. She's going to go with a rise, a drop, and a changeup, and she is hot right now. She's coming off of a perfect game from last weekend versus Elon.
The Michigan Gatorade Player of the Year. Perfect game, top 10 recruit in this class. She has formed quite the freshman duo in the circle alongside the SEC Pitcher of the Week, Vic Moten, who we assume Alabama will showcase this weekend in the Crimson Classic. But Palazzi, as you mentioned, throwing the 10th perfect game in Alabama softball history, and the first ever by a freshman this past weekend against Elon.
That is so impressive to do as a freshman, having the understanding of your movement to be able to work through the zone, but then also having the composure in those big moments like that.
And she starts with a strikeout. Collette goes down. 8th strikeout for Alabama pitching, and a good start for the freshman, Palazzi.
Palazzi does a really good job here of going up and underneath the hands for another strikeout. Similar to Brisky, up and down in the zone, but that rise ball just bites.
Madeline Flamia popped out back in the 2nd. This is in play. Hawkins is there at deep short, 2 gone.
Palazzi being efficient, just as Brisky was, working through the zone, making quick work of these UAB hitters.
Hope Tucker takes strike 1. Tucker grounded out back in the 3rd. Well, and early returns for Alabama in the circles we've talked about have been good. Brisky has been working back from an injury to start the year. That's well struck by Tucker out to left, and a 2-out single for UAB here in the 5th.
Tucker doing a phenomenal job to get her barrel on top of this rise ball. She keeps her shoulders level, which allows her barrel to be flat through the zone and pokes a line drive into left field.
Gave a nice rousing yell back to the dugout too as Hannah Miles steps in. Miles, a strikeout victim, back in the 3rd. Miles over the head of Hawkins. Well, how about the 8 and 9 spot in the UAB order? Back to the top with Dorsett, 2 on, 2 out.
Another good piece of hitting here by Hannah Miles. This is a tough pitch. It's pretty inside, pretty up, but she doesn't do too much. She stays really short and just does enough to get that ball into left field.
Dorsett sends that to left. And a diving catch by Lauren Johnson.
What a catch by Lauren Johnson, knowing that this ball is probably going to be foul and risking it, laying all out on the line for this Bama defense. The way that she tracks this ball down and lays out, impressive job by Lauren Johnson. The Alabama Bats are coming up when we come back.
A chance to score in the 1st inning. The Bama Bats got going in the 2nd thanks to Lauren Johnson.
Absolutely, Lauren Johnson does a phenomenal job. And then Salyn Hawkins coming up big with this ginormous home run to left field. And that is how the Alabama offense has been able to get on the board so far in this game.
And then as well, the 4th inning RBI single by Roman. And here's how we got here. Alabama leading 6-0. Out hitting the Blazers 9-4. Good day for Hawkins, who is on deck as Giles takes ball 1 from Tate Davidson, still out in the circle, doing work for UAB here in the 5th. And on the hands and hit foul. Giles 0 for 1 with a foul out and a hit by pitch. Entered the day 4th in the SEC in batting average, 3rd in on-base percentage.
Those are really impressive stats. The on-base percentage is what really sticks out to me, though. She is not only taking her hacks, but she's also being patient, being selective, which is something that Coach Patrick Murphy told us before the game that she was looking to do this season.
And you see right there, being selective, working ahead 3-1.
She's hunting her pitch that she thinks she can drive out of this ballpark and being selective towards what she's going to get in this at-bat.
Green light was on, but she fouls it. Full count.
Good job here by Giles, just staying alive, getting rid of pitches, which I think goes back to her plan. She's still hunting that pitch that she wants to hit, but now with 2 strikes, you have to be a little bit more creative with how you hunt. We can't just take, so we're gonna look to get that ball, pull it foul, and then live to see the next pitch.
What a changeup from Davidson. Called strike 3.
Really impressive work here by Tate Davidson. Works this outside corner on this changeup, which she hasn't thrown a lot today, but it throws off Marley Giles' timing and paints that corner for a strikeout.
Yeah, the changeup has only popped out a few times. That was well done by Tate Davidson, her 2nd K today. Now, though, she has to face Hawkins. And there is the updated career home run stat. 4 this year after 4 through her first 2 seasons. 2 for 2 today with a single in that 3-run bomb in the 3rd. This time she goes opposite way. Shira's there, 2 gone.
Another good job by Tate Davidson, pulling the changeup out once again. Doing a really good job of keeping this lower in the zone, knowing that Salyn Hawkins has already gone yard once today, so trying to keep the ball lower to keep it in the ballpark.
So a pinch hitter for Alabama in the 6th spot. It'll be the freshman Garrett Griggs. Quickly 2-0 on the native of Phoenix City, Alabama, Central High School product, who was a top 25 recruit, according to Extra Inning Softball. 1 for 11 on the year with 3 runs scored. And unfortunately for Griggs, did pick up her first career RBI in a game against Elon, but that was called in the 3rd inning due to weather, and so all those stats don't count.
You hate when that happens. Get hot and then all of a sudden the weather comes through, and but she does a really good job there of being super patient and getting on base.
And she is very quick over at first. Maddie Hubbard steps in. Oh for 2 day, but a couple loud outs for Hubbard. Strike to left. 2 on, 2 out. And the game-ending run rule run is on first base for Alabama here in the 5th.
Really good job here by the Alabama offense to string something together with 2 outs. First, you've got that walk, and then you've got a really hard hit ball by Maddie Hubbard through the 5-6 hole.
So Tate Davidson looking for 1 more out to make sure a 6th inning is played. Ambry Taylor looking to perhaps end this one with speed on the base paths for the Tide.
And if you're the UAB outfield, you have to know that with 2 outs now, the runners are going to be going on contact. So anything you get hit out there, you have to be immediately firing it in.
Quickly 0-2. And another bit of a pressure situation for Taylor. She's faced a couple of these already in this game.
Really crucial experience as a freshman to be getting this early on in your career and early on in the season.
1-2.
Impressive take there by Ambry Taylor as well. She swung and missed at that one earlier in the game, but knowing that she can learn from it and takes that one for a ball.
We've seen Davidson work out of jams in this game already. But Taylor's looking for a gap. Griggs will come in to score. Hubbard is rounding third. Ambry Taylor has ended it early. The freshman comes up big, and Alabama wins it 8-0 in 5.
What a swing here by Ambry Taylor. She is down 1-2 in the count, but stays long with her extension, pokes something into the gap, and ends up walking this one off for the Alabama Crimson Tide. You can see here, get into her position and just reach out with her barrel, stay long through her extension, and she is so strong that she drives this one all the way to the fence, and that one scores 2 to end this one a little bit early.
That doubles Taylor's RBI total here this year. And she converts when given the chance to start. And Alabama stays undefeated 14-0 after the run rule victory over UAB. We'll step aside for just a moment. After the Tide's 8-0 win over the Blazers, we'll wrap it up when we come back here in Tuscaloosa. Don't go anywhere, folks. On the season, the 7th-ranked team in the country had an 8-0 run rule victory over UAB here in Tuscaloosa. Glad that you were with us all day long. Gray Robertson alongside my partner, Allie Shipman. And Allie, when we came on, we talked about Alabama finding success in all 3 facets: pitching, offense, and defense. Great pitching performances by Brisky and Palazzi, and certainly the offense was on fire, including the young lady joining us now, Saylin Hawkins. Saylin, congratulations on a heck of a day. I want to ask about that home run. How good did that feel, and what did you see on that pitch that you sent out to deep left field?
It felt great. I was just honestly looking for Fatty, just looking for my pitch to hit and just crushing it, and luckily it worked out for me, just being strong in my hands, and luckily it went out.
And Saylin, you have done so well with improving your home run numbers this year. What did you work on in the offseason to get these improvements?
I worked on eating a lot and working out, but sadly, I lost a little bit of weight, so I was like, okay, I really got to be strong with these hands, and yeah, sent it over, thankfully, but a lot of working out.
I can certainly connect with the eating a lot part. Saylin, I want to ask about your defense as well, because you've been hitting it so great to start the year. I think people forget how strong you are in the field. How much fun is it playing shortstop with this defense behind this pitching staff that has been so strong to start the season?
It's so much fun. I honestly don't get a lot of balls because our pitchers are just so dominant, but when I do, I try to have their backs as much as I can, you know, and I just love cheering on for my team and just talking to each other all the time after every pitch.
Last thing, Saylin, before we let you go, what's going to be important for you and your teammates to keep up the success coming up this weekend in the Crimson Classic?
I think just being gritty, not pretty all the time, you know, just keeping our head down and working. Yeah.
Simple enough?
Yeah, just simple.
That's Saylin Hawkins.
Don't work on the I'm just going to stop. I'm a little nervous now.
Well, you were not nervous in the box today. Saylin, congratulations on a great game and a great win.
Thank you. Thank you. Roll Tide.
That is Alabama's Saylin Hawkins. The junior had a home run, 2 for 3 day with 3 RBIs as the Tide wins it in run rule fashion. For my partner, Allie Shipman, and our entire SEC Network crew, I'm Gray Robertson saying so long from Rhodes Stadium in Tuscaloosa, where again the final score is Alabama 8, UAB 0 in 5 innings. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been a presentation of the SEC Network. We'll see you next time, everybody. Have a great evening.